Hi everyone, I'm here to share with you something that I just found out today. By the way, I would like to remind you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I received an email from the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration. I register to a lot of these different organizations to get information regarding personal care ingredients that people use in personal care products. Being a manufacturer, a creator, a developer of my own line of skincare and hair care, I'm always concerned and interested in finding out the latest information I can from all these different organizations. And I'm reading right now to you from my iPhone. The Food and Drug Administration has asked for additional testing of popular sunscreens to learn whether some of them may contain chemicals that can seep into your bloodstream, and they can do so through the first application. And once it seeps into your bloodstream, absorbs into your skin, seeps into your bloodstream, it can remain there for 24 hours. Now that is very concerning to me and to everyone. I wrote a book several years ago called Truth About Sun Exposure. I am very proud to say I was ahead of my time in writing this book some years back, because it basically explains through my research back then what I discovered, that the chemical sunscreens that are used in SPF sun protecting products can be absorbed into your skin and possibly in some of them be concerns for carcinogens. And that's why, with all the feedback the FDA has been getting through these years since I've written this book, including myself, the letters I've written, and my concerns regarding chemical sunscreens, they need to do more testing, because the small amount of testing that has been done through universities have shown that these chemicals do absorb into the bloodstream and possibly could be carcinogens. I know for a fact that the only ingredient that I am confident, after doing my research from the book that I wrote, Truth About Sun Exposure, is zinc oxide and titanium oxide. These two ingredients are natural, they're mineral based. And what I like about them is when you use them to protect your skin against ultraviolet light, it bounces off your skin, meaning that the ray of light hits your skin after using the product using zinc oxide or titanium oxide and bounces off. Here's the other side of the coin. When you're using chemical sun protectors as ingredients, chemicals, and I haven't been able to understand this, the rays still absorb into your skin. They don't bounce off like mineral sun protecting ingredients, zinc and titanium oxide. So that being said, if they're being absorbed into the skin, I haven't had anyone yet, and I've asked dermatologists and I've read articles, how can that be protecting you using these chemicals if it still allows the ultraviolet light to penetrate the skin? Common sense tells me something's wrong here. And what it's doing, someone explained to me who said, well, they really help you prevent sunburn. Well, if you use zinc oxide or titanium oxide will not only prevent you from the UVB rays that cause sunburn, but also the UVA rays that produce aging. You see, UVA rays you don't necessarily have to be outside in the sun. You could be in a cloudy day and still get UVA rays coming through those clouds to bombard your skin. And that's the ray that causes aging. The UVB rays might not go through the clouds because it's not sunny, so they don't have the same effect as in a sunny day where you can get a sunburn with a UVB ray. That's why you want to use broad spectrum to cover you against both UVA and UVB rays. Now, the SPF is another factor that has to be taken into consideration. People tell me all the time, Peter, I'm using an SPF 15, I'm using an SPF 20, 30, 50. What is the right number to use? If you're using zinc oxide or titanium oxide, The minimum number that anybody should use is 15, but if you're using zinc oxide, you're going to get fairly good, decent protection at 15 or 20 or 30 or 40 or 50. But especially, my magic number is 30. In doing my research, talking to dermatologists, I discovered that 30 is a number that is efficient, meaning, and here's why 30 and not 40 or 50 or 60 or 20. 30, as you reach the number 30 SPF factor, if you go higher, it tends to be a little bit the ingredient heavy on the skin. It could clog the pores, whether you're using zinc oxide or you're using chemicals. The higher the content of the ingredient, it could also backfire if you suffer from acne, if you have issues with sensitive skin. So I like the number 30 because here's the difference between 30 and 50 or 60. You usually get from 30 upwards 96 to 97% protection of UVB and UVA rays. You're being protected around 96, 97% when you're at 30 level. If you go to 40 or 50 or 60, you might go from 97 to 98, maybe 99. There's a small, slight margin that makes very small difference in what's happening. 30 to me is the magic number. Anything higher, yeah, you might get us 1 more percent level that is, to me, insignificant, but it could cause clogging of the pores, irritation, whatever. So I say the safe and effective number is 30. My Sheer Zinc moisturizer contains zinc oxide at 18% levels. If you read in the back where the ingredients list is, you'll notice active ingredients, zinc oxide at 18% level. That's probably the highest you can go to be safe and secure. Some go to 16, 17, 15, 12. I chose 18. I exaggerated a little bit, but I find it's effective. I also have grape stem cells, an ingredient that helps rejuvenate the skin, especially as the cells are reforming and becoming what they are when they come up to your face and become your skin. So that grape stem cell is greatly beneficial to aging. It enhances your skin and really makes it so much more youthful and healthy looking. We have photosomes. That's an exciting ingredient because, and I can't believe this ingredient, and can undo the damage of past sunburn damage that caused maybe, if now you're 60, what happened in your 20s, 30s, even in your teens. Your skin is like a camera. It has a lens and a negative. And what I mean by that is that word photoaging. When you're taking a photo, the light comes through the lens and it connects with a negative. And that's where the imprint becomes obvious. And once you develop that negative, you get a positive. Same thing with the skin. It absorbs the ultraviolet light that you absorbed in your childhood, in your early 20s and 30s and maybe 40s. But once you're turning 50s, 60s, and 70s, it becomes a positive. That negative that was absorbed into your skin, it stayed there. It didn't go away. That's why sometimes when you go to a dermatologist, they use a blue light on your skin to see how much sun absorption and damage you've created through your lifetime. That's now coming to the surface as you age and the body changes and you're becoming older and you're becoming more noticeable of the aging factor. And now you see the lines, the wrinkles, the age spots. Your face is changing and getting older, and you might not be happy with it. And I've always been very concerned about how I protect my skin against the sun. I sometimes don't follow what I preach, especially when I was younger. And I not always reminded myself to use SPF. And in those days, I was using zinc oxide. But in those days, zinc oxide made my skin look white. And I didn't care because I was young, I was at the beach, and I looked like a lifeguard. Today, the sheer zinc oxide that I use in my product, as you apply it, will go on with a little bit of whiteness, and within a minute or two, it diminishes the whiteness, but you have the zinc protecting you for quite a number of hours with the other ingredients, grape stem cells, the photosomes, and it's loaded also, my Sheer Zinc moisturizer, with hyaluronic acid, triple the amount that you get with the average product. I am a fanatic about hyaluronic acid and how it produces moisturization within your skin that is very unique and really makes a difference. And it's very good for your skin, hyaluronic acid. It's a very expensive ingredient to include in a product, especially if you have it at triple the amount that I like to formulate with. So now you understand my concern in reading what I just learned from the FDA studies and how much more they need to know the chemicals like avobenzone, which is a very popular ingredient in the SPF chemicals that are being sold to you today through different companies. Again, the only ones that I truly have confidence in is zinc oxide, titanium oxide. I would not let my children or my grandchildren use any other sun protector. I highly recommend everyone going to my Facebook page and looking up the article that I just read. It will open your eyes. I'm also, again, not advertising truth about sun exposure, but I highly recommend, not because it's my product, but it's a product that I formulated with great chemists for sun protecting, SPF 30 sheer zinc with anti-aging ingredients, hyaluronic acid, and 18% zinc oxide. You will greatly benefit from this product to be used on your face and neck on a daily basis and have the confidence that you are getting full UVA and UVB protection. Thank you for your attention on this subject. Looking forward to seeing you in my next YouTube video. Please don't forget to click in and register with me. Thank you.